Good morning. Would you please rise for the procession?
Good morning. Please be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Flagler College, I am pleased to welcome you to the inauguration of the fourth president of Flagler College. Inauguration ceremonies are milestones in a college's history, providing an occasion for both renewed commitment to the institution's mission and a fresh vision to the future. We're grateful that you're here with us today. Selecting a president is one of the most important decisions that a Board of Trustees makes. I want to thank the men and women that I serve with on the board who work tirelessly to provide their talent, their resources, and their energies to the board and Flagler College. And I'd ask that the Board of Trustees please stand to be recognized. Our stage this morning is adorned with flags representing countries of the students currently enrolled in Flagler. Our ceremony will begin with the United States National Anthem as performed by the college's vocal jazz choir. Would you please stand? Please be seated. I will now call on Dr. Ivan Kelly to provide the invocation for our ceremony.
It has been the tradition at Flagler College to open and close academic ceremonies with a word of prayer. So if you're so inclined, will you join me? God of love and mercy, we gather in this moment amongst these storied halls to give thanks for a small college that has touched so many lives. We remember our past joys and sorrows, which make us who we are. We give thanks for the students, faculty, staff, trustees, alumni, and friends. We welcome our diverse family and gifts as we join together as one Flagler. We ask that you help us to listen so that we may learn from each other. We give thanks for the ideals of teaching and learning, integrity, stewardship, and community for which this college stands and for which it strives. Strengthen our resolve to be a community of hope, insight, and vision. We ask for your grace on Joseph Joyner who has heard and answered your call to the presidency of Flagler College. We ask for your blessing upon him and the college as we embark on this journey. Grant him the wisdom that endures and the energy that renews. Together may we be wise in our choices and bold to embrace our mission. Bless his family with humor, patience, and understanding. Bless this community of scholars, and be with us all in the times ahead. And may God bless Flagler College. Amen.
We are delighted that we have two past presidents of Flagler College with us today. Two gentlemen that obviously don't need much of an introduction, but have devoted so much time and energy to this college over the years and still continue to do so. Dr. William Hebert and Dr. William Proctor. We're also glad to welcome government leaders, our fellow institutions of higher learning, both from fellow independent colleges and universities of Florida and from fellow Peach Belt conferences. In keeping with academic tradition, these guests are welcomed in order of the age of their institution. From Florida State University, Mr. John Thrasher, President. From the University of Florida, Mr. Doug Wiles, alumnus. Now, I'm told this is how you say this. From the Ohio State University, Dr. Alan Bowl, alumnus. From St. Leo University, Mr. Christopher Delaporte, alumnus. From Georgia Southwestern State University, Dr. Neil Weaver, President. From Jacksonville University, Brigadier General Michael P. Fleming, Senior Vice President. From the Council of Independent Colleges, Dr. S. Georgia Nugent, Senior Fellow. From Eckerd College, Mr. John Currington, alumnus. From the University of Central Florida, Dr. John C. Hitt, President. From the Independent Colleges and Universities of Florida, Dr. Ed Moore, President. And from the Peach Belt Conference, Mr. David Brunk, Commissioner. We also want to welcome Flagler alumni as well as friends of the college and many of our retired faculty who are here to join with our trustees, faculty, staff, and students. Welcome to all of you. In the time since Dr. Joyner's arrival on campus last summer, many of us have had the chance to meet his wife, Susan, and to also welcome her to campus. We are delighted today that we also get the chance to greet Susan and other family guests and members that are here. We're glad to have you with us. Would you please stand and be recognized? Over this past week, our campus has come together through a series of events to share our commitment to the college and to our students. We celebrated in learning, scholarship, and service, including a day of service, Alumni Scholars Day, Arts and Science Day, International Day, and Liberal Arts and Higher Education Day. Each day represented an important element of the vibrant living and learning community that we are committed to creating for our Flagler students. Today is the centerpiece of the week's celebrations as we entrust the leadership of Flagler College, its legacy, and its community to our fourth president, Dr. Joseph Joyner. I would like to introduce to you those on the platform that will bring greetings to the new president on behalf of their various constituencies. We first welcome from the city of St. Augustine, the Honorable Nancy Shaver, Mayor of St. Augustine.
Dr. Joyner, I am delighted to bring you greetings from the city of St. Augustine. In a 2016 article in The Atlantic, journalist James Fellows identified 11 characteristics that make a great city. You'll be happy to know I will not read all of them to you, but I would like to share 2 of those with you today. The first is that the city has an outstanding elementary and secondary public school system. And the second, the city has a high-quality institution of higher learning. And while there's much more to our city than those 2 factors that make it an exceptional place to live, it was Dr. Joyner's leadership that has already brought one of those 2 characteristics to our community, an outstanding public school system. And now he has embraced the task of ensuring the continuing vibrancy of the other, an outstanding institution of higher learning. Today, as we all welcome Dr. Joyner to his new role as president of Flagler College, we thank him for the contributions he has already made and offer our heartfelt support as he embarks on this new undertaking. Just half a century ago, when St. Augustine was a mere 400 years old, Flagler College opened its doors and began a new chapter for the nation's oldest city, just as Henry Flagler had done nearly a century before. But where Henry Flagler catered to those who had already made it, Flagler College caters to those who will make it, whether in another part of the country or right here in our city. President Joyner, you have dedicated your life to helping students dream big, work and play hard, we do know about that, to seek out ways to contribute to their world, whether they were just starting pre-K, whether they were struggling with middle school, which I think we all remember, or reaching for their high school diploma. And now we are confident that that same dedication will serve the students of Flagler College to achieve their dreams, to enjoy life, and to give back to the community wherever they work or live. We truly cannot imagine St. Augustine without Flagler College. It is a rich and essential contributor to our story, our partner in historic preservation, in the challenge of sea level rise. It's an important economic contributor, and it stimulates our thinking, whether through lectures or the diligent and curious interns in City Hall, and they are curious. We definitely look forward with great anticipation to working with you as the next chapter of our hometown college is written. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Shaver. Next, from the Florida State University, Mr. John Thrasher, President.
Well, good morning to everybody. It's truly a joy for Jean and I, my wife is here with me today, to be back in St. Augustine, where we called this our home for a while. It's a place that's meant so much to us, and we appreciate the opportunity to be back and be a part of this incredible ceremony, and extend congratulations and greetings on behalf of Florida State University to my friend, Joe Joyner, as he formally takes the helm of Flagler College. We're truly delighted, very delighted, that the great wisdom of this search committee chose Dr. Joyner as its 4th president. These presidents stay a while, I think. I've noticed, I don't know. I've known both those guys, and they stay quite a while. So good luck, Joe. I mean, I really. But let me remind everybody that and this is all due respect to the Flagler Saints, before Joe was a Flagler Saint, and to my good friend, the president of UCF, Dr. Hitt, before he was a Flagler Saint and before he was a Knight, he was a Florida State Seminole. Yeah. But here's the thing about Joe. He embodies the values that represented by the 3 torches of Florida State University's seal: strength, skill, and character. And we're proud to call him one of our own. I first met Joe about 10 years ago when I was a state senator and he was superintendent of St. John's School. We both had a passion about the important issues that affected our constituents. That's a nice way of saying we had a couple of disagreements when we started. But one thing I'll tell you about Joe Joyner, it's impossible not to like him. It's impossible not to respect him. He has a leader's courage, a scholar's curiosity, and a servant's heart. As superintendent, he introduced initiatives that led St. John's School District to be designated the highest achieving school district in the state for 8 years in a row. And nothing more I enjoyed more than getting on the floor of the Senate and saying that I represented the best school district in the state of Florida. Absolutely. And I'm like you. I can't wait to see where he takes Flagler College. I really can't. I know it's already one of the best regional colleges in the South, and Joe's positioned to take it to even higher heights. Joe, 3 years ago, I sat where you're sitting right now on a platform waiting to be formally installed as president of an institution that I truly love. I remember feeling excited, humbled, frankly a little apprehensive about the awesome responsibilities before me. But today I can tell you it's everything you imagined and more. Institutions of higher learning are extraordinary places. They're places where young people who are exposed to new ideas, challenged intellectually, inspired to follow their dreams. Students grow, evolve, and change. But they're not the only ones. They're not the only ones. It recently came to my attention that I had changed some too. That's the transformative nature of a college campus. So Joe, I encourage you not only to lead, but to learn. To be open to what your students, your faculty, and your staff have to teach you. For as much as you will change Flagler College, it will also change you. I tell everyone it's the best job I've ever had. It's a rewarding one, and I know it will be the same for you. President Joyner, welcome to the best job of your life. Congratulations, and God bless.
Thank you, President Thrasher. Now from the University of Central Florida, Dr. John C. Hitt, President.
Well, thank you, Judge Tenlin, and a big night's greeting and well wishes from the University of Central Florida to members of the Flagler College Board of Trustees, to administrators, to faculty members, to students, and to the many distinguished community members and guests who are here today. I'm pleased to join you in this landmark occasion to celebrate the leadership of Dr. Joe Joyner, who's earned many accolades as a premier educator here in our Sunshine State. And I'm especially proud that this dynamic addition to Florida's Circle of Collegiate Presidents holds a bachelor's degree from Florida State and 2 graduate degrees, 2, count them, from UCF. What a pleasure to see hard work and strong values pay off, particularly for a Knights alumnus. As I noted in my inauguration at UCF in 1992, it is a special privilege to serve as a college president. Society invests in colleges and universities not just its money, but something far more precious, the potential of enterprising men and women who seek to enrich their lives through higher education. In the United States, there is no better tool than a college degree for improving social and economic mobility. For many years, our country has led the world in its commitment to the dream that learning can raise the intellectual, cultural, and material standards of living. And our mission to advance the dream is more vital to our nation's future than ever. In President Joyner, the leaders of America's oldest city in the state of Florida have a valuable new ally in helping to transform lives and livelihoods and to advance economic prosperity through the power of education. As Flagler College approaches its 50th anniversary this fall, it does so with a president who is a dedicated servant leader, one with the vision, ability, and drive to direct this esteemed college to a bold future. President Joyner, as best you can, surround yourself with good people and let them do what they do best. And I urge you to remember, as a special little premium, my first law of academic administration, which has served me well for many years in leading UCF. And that law says simply, if it's worth doing, it's worth delegating. You like that, huh? It's a good rule to follow. Mr. President, congratulations. I wish you much success as you engage with the students, faculty, administrators, and indeed the community to write the next exciting chapter of Flagler College. All the best to all of you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, President Hitt. Next from the staff, Ms. Marion Roberson, Class of 77 Registrar.
Dr. Joyner, Mayor Shaver, Dr. Proctor, Dr. Hebert, trustees, distinguished guests, St. Augustine community, and Flagler family. Good morning. What a great day to be a Flagler Saint as we recognize our fourth president. Wow. On behalf of all the dedicated staff, it is an honor and with great pleasure that I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Joseph Joyner. As an alum, parent of an alum, and a 20-year staff member, I have seen Flagler grow from a small college to a vibrant and well-respected college of over 2,500 students. I am also honored to share the platform today with a fellow education major and class of 77 graduate, Dr. Carl Williams. Carl, would you have ever thought we would be on this platform today? As a St. Augustine native, I have observed the Hotel Ponce de Leon, where I spent many hours on the tennis courts and in the swimming pool, transformed into this wonderful college we all love today. If you have spent any time with Joe Joyner, you understand his love and enthusiasm for our students, our faculty, and our staff is indeed genuine. His passion for education will serve us well. We look forward to working with President Joyner and moving forward with him as together we create a unified vision for Flagler College. Again, from all the Flagler staff, welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you. And next from the alumni, Ms. Michelle Pruitt-Vagan, Class of 2001, President, Alumni Board of Directors.
Good morning. Anybody who knows me knows that I say this often, but I mean it every time I say it. This is the best day ever. What a beautiful day for an inauguration. I would like to thank Flagler College for inviting me to speak on behalf of the Flagler College Alumni Association today. I'm not going to lie, when I was first asked to address you, I was really nervous and this huge moment of panic set in, and I immediately cornered Dr. Kelly, and I'm like, Dr. Kelly, you have to write a speech for me. He shook his head and he laughed his very beautiful, sublime laugh and said no. But let's face it, anything that he would have to come up with to say would be so much more entertaining and probably a lot funnier than anything I would ever come up with. But ever the professor, he just looked and he gave me some very sage advice, and he said, Michelle, it's very simple. It just has to come from your heart. I walked away a little disappointed, but later that night I started thinking, a little inspiration set in, because it's really this simple. When it comes to matters of the heart, St. Augustine and Flagler College are the top two on my list. I never imagined in 1997, when I moved to Florida to start my freshman year at Flagler, that I would actually have the opportunity to address such a distinguished audience that's here today at our very first ever presidential inauguration. I arrived with a bag full of hopes and dreams, but I had no real scope or perspective. And this is where the Flagler College experience really, truly comes in. I sat through some classes that I really loved, and I sat through some required classes that were really important. Most importantly, I had the joy of listening to Dr. Andrew Dillon spout Shakespeare from the very top of his lungs by literally standing in a trash can. True story. I wrote a lot of papers for Dr. Vandenhouten that came back with some ink and comments on just about every line. But you know what? That was all really important. However, what was most important about the Flagler College experience wasn't necessarily my book education, but it was the chance to take my bag of hopes and dreams and to look at them critically so that I could best see how to apply them. At Flagler, I was really pushed, but through all of that, I was really supported. I was asked to think outside of my comfort zone, and I was challenged daily. And while being challenged, I didn't realize it, but I was building this box of tools that would one day give me the courage to be here and address you today. You see, that's what Flagler does. Flagler builds people. I'm going to say that again. Flagler builds people. In fact, to date, Flagler College, through our main campus, our Tallahassee campus, and our public administration program, Flagler College has built 17,700 people. I'm going to say that again. We have an alumni base out in the world of over 17,000 people. Over 8,600 of those alum graduated in the last 10 years alone. We're really a phenomenal and eclectic group of grads. We have judges, we have entrepreneurs, community leaders, teachers, policymakers, philanthropists, activists. I could go on and on about what amazing people we have in our group. The message here is very, very clear. Flagler College has shaped and supported and challenged over 17,000 people, and they have sent them out into the world to do something and to do it very well. So when Dr. Kelly asked me to address you today and to speak from my heart, this is what I found. Thank you, Flagler College, for making the world a cooler place by 17,000 people strong. Movers and shakers, thank you for challenging us, believing in us, and expecting the very best of us. As alumni, Dr. Joyner, this is our promise to you. We believe we are your best and brightest future that you've ever seen. We believe we actually are your future. Our success will be your success. We're in a unique position to have such a young alumni base. It is a fast and changing world, and we are truly up for that challenge. We will be here as family for our new alumni with members of the community with opportunities, internships, mentorships, and most importantly, friendships. And Dr. Joyner, Flagler College is committed to you. We are plugged in, we are tuned in, and we are ready to help you on this next amazing chapter. It is my honor, on behalf of the Alumni Association, to welcome you as our president. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Now from the students, Mr. Colton Neubauer, class of 2019, President of the Student Government Association.
Thank you. Dr. Joyner, distinguished guests, Flagler family, I am tremendously excited and honored to extend the welcome from students to Dr. Joyner on the occasion of his inauguration. From his very first day, Dr. Joyner has proven to be a leader for the students. Like many people, students tend to be wary of any major changes on a college campus. However, Dr. Joyner quickly demonstrated his commitment to ensuring that every single student has a fulfilling and meaningful Flagler experience. He has met with the leadership and General Assembly of the Student Government Association numerous times, and each time he has been incredibly receptive to the wants and needs of students. Furthermore, Dr. Joyner has ensured that students have a voice on numerous committees on campus. As a result, students now have a tremendous amount of input on the vision and direction of Flagler College, which is vital to our success. Dr. Joyner's commitment to students is best characterized by his efforts to assist new students during the fall move-in day. Under the sweltering hot Florida sun, Dr. Joyner, along with Mrs. Joyner, carried boxes with students' belongings to their rooms, not just for one trip or one photo op, but for many hours. With that, the Joyners set the precedent that they truly are dedicated to the Flagler family. Now, students affectionately refer to Dr. Joyner as being a member of their family. And I can say that I have never once heard a negative opinion about Dr. Joyner as our college president. What a glorious time it is to be a saint. Dr. Joyner, on behalf of the students of Flagler College, I'm so pleased to congratulate you and welcome you as president. Thank you.
Colton, thank you. And now from the faculty, Dr. Carl B. Williams, class of 77, Professor of Education.
Good morning. I'm sure that all of you here would agree that the resource of time is one of life's most precious and valuable commodities. Well, I personally have a deep-seated aversion to people who seem to be on a mission to waste mine. By good fortune, however, I have discovered that Dr. Joe Joyner is not one of those individuals. Case in point, last fall, when he summoned me to his office regarding the program this morning, the first words he uttered after greeting me were, "Don't worry, this meeting won't take more than 5 minutes." Now, I must admit that I was marginally skeptical about his ambitious time frame. However, I'm certain that he has attended many a meeting that he wished had lasted no longer than 5 minutes, so I thought it prudent to simply nod and go along with the fantasy. My incredulity notwithstanding, 4 minutes later, I found myself sauntering back to my own office, all the while processing 3 lessons learned. Because although our interaction had been brief, it nonetheless spoke volumes about the leader selected to propel Flagler College into its post-semi-centennial future. Lesson 1, Dr. Joyner is an enormously task-oriented human being. Lesson 2, Dr. Joyner is indeed a man of his word. And lesson 3, Dr. Joyner's administrative MO appears to be less about talking action and more about taking action. And from what I have deduced from his representations to the Flagler College family in recent months, his approach to the challenges of keeping this small college with huge aspirations relevant in the 21st century is very simply to rise up to meet them. Well, Dr. Joyner, you can rest assured that your resoluteness will be complemented by that of a large group of equally spirited and committed individuals who share your institutional passion. And those would be my praiseworthy colleagues, the exceptionally talented and devoted Flagler College faculty. And when you reach out to us, I believe that I can assert with supreme confidence that we are ready, willing, and able to reach back and partner with you in the service of continuing Flagler College's impressive legacy of purpose and progress for many years to come.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. And now we'll hear again from the Flagler College Choral and its director, Professor Kip Casey, the song Shed a Little Light.
Let us turn our thoughts today to Martin Luther. is a hunger in the center of the chest. There is a passage through the darkness and the mist. And though the body sleeps, the heart will never rest.
Shed a little light, oh Lord.
Shed a little light, oh Lord.
So that we can see.
Oh,
Just a little light, oh Lord.
just a little light, oh Lord.
Wanna stand it on up.
Stand it on up, oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, now
Wanna walk it on
we're
down.
gonna shed a little light.
Light, oh Lord. Can't get no light from a dollar bill.
Can't get no
Don't give
light.
me no light from a TV screen.
Oh,
When I open my eyes, I wanna drink my fill from the well on the hill. I know you know what I mean. Shed a little light, oh
shed a little light.
Shed a little light, oh Lord.
so that we can see.
Oh,
Just a little light, oh Lord.
Stand it on up.
Stand it on up, oh Lord.
Stand on up.
Oh,
Get on down.
gonna shed a little light. Oh,
Shed a little light.
oh,
Shed a little light.
There is a feeling like the clenching of the fist. There is a hunger in the center of the chest. There is a beating of the battle of the past. And though the heart sleeps, the heart will never rest.
Oh, let us turn our thoughts today to Martin Luther King and recognize that there are ties between us, all men and women living on the earth. Ties of hope and love, sister and
I'm going to go off script a little bit. Yesterday we met as a board of trustees to talk about the college and where we're going and what we'd like to see. One of the things that trustees do, we talk about programs we might want to add. We've been discussing a music minor. You would think after that performance it's been a major here at Flagler for years. I'd like to now welcome to the podium Dr. Elizabeth Robbins, Associate Professor of English, to present her original poem, Prospecting for Gold, which was written for this occasion.
Hello, everyone. Prospecting for gold. Here we stand, together on the sands of the Atlantic. Here we stand, beneath the clouds of history, holding ties beneath the complex figure of Henry Flagler, sojourning, seeking to build. Here we stand, on the dried bed of the San Sebastian, where bright air meets a briny dank, deep in the roots of an old hotel, our minds active with ties, forward and back, hearts stacked with intricate plans. Young and old, we're starting odysseys, rowing ahead into identities, dodging monsters, enduring trials, learning. Young and old, we're students, students changing like Ovid's Metamorphoses, transformed by punishments and gifts, fair and unjust, prudent and rash. Young and old, we are students, searching new ways to be useful. We are they who, on the first day, climbed the steps of Aver Hall, bearing the boxes of our past, assisted by those we hold most precious, new friends, new leaders. We see the good and we mirror, we record, we make new images, each gesture turning us gently, each a collage changing for good, together a resplendent gold mural moving, the cleansing scent of salt on our necks, our hands. Here on the sands of the Atlantic, in the dark overhang of history, we are teachers, blue business owners, green artists, readers and writers, red advocates, actors, scientists, debaters, makers of policy, revelers of facts, teaching each other through word and deed, striving to keep the deadliest of these like weapons locked away. Maybe someday, hate and fear gone forever. The ancient Greek poet Sappho foretells, someone will remember us in the future, to which we say, yes, someone will, as we live in service, as we live to make and preserve beauty, as we live to teach and learn, our voices holding tremors of truth. Sappho replies, I don't know what to do. I am of two minds. To which we say, serve. Join the two parts to make one picture. Serve as teachers, growing on the bed of a transformed river. Serve as students, gold in the sun, alive with the ties of a generous heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Now to introduce our new president is Mr. Frank Upchurch, Chair of the Flagler Board of Trustees and Chair of the Presidential Search Committee.
It says in the program that I will now introduce Dr. Joyner. I think that's already been done, and I am not going to attempt to gild that lily, except to say, or to join Judge Tinlin, the previous speakers, in extending Dr. Joyner a warm welcome and heartfelt congratulations. So, showtime. Will you join me at the podium? Now, you have to listen for a minute before we get to the chain. You've heard the affirmation and the support of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, students, staff, alumni, and civic leaders. Dr. Joyner, you have been duly elected by the Board of Trustees to be the president of Flagler College. Do you accept this investiture of leadership, and do you promise, to the best of your ability, to preserve the traditions, protect the integrity, support the academic quality, and promote the development of Flagler College? I do. Will you faithfully execute the duties of the presidency in seeking to lead Flagler College to fulfill its mission and, I dare say, its destiny, and continue the legacy of excellence? I will. Dr. Joyner, may you dignify your office with wisdom, leadership, stewardship, compassion, devotion, and inclusiveness. In doing so, may you fulfill the confidence we have placed in you as we pledge to support you with our minds and hearts and our shared commitment to the college community and all it stands for. I ask now that our former presidents, Proctor and Hebert, join me to signify the passing of the mantle and the distinguished legacy of leadership that you all have established and upon which Dr. Joyner will build. As this has never been done before at Flagler College, I'm not exactly sure how who's supposed to stand where. But gentlemen,
I'll stand. Where would you like us?
right over here, Dr. Proctor.
Okay.
There we go. Dr. Proctor is holding the medallion, which is the symbol of the high office of the presidency of Flagler College. And now, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the college Board of Trustees, and with the affirmation of all those gathered here, I commit to you, Joseph G. Joyner, the presidency of Flagler College, and Dr. Proctor, will you place on his broad shoulders the presidential medallion? The fourth president of Flagler College. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chairman Upchurch and Presidents Hebert and President Proctor for this incredible honor. There's many that I want to thank you today, to family and friends and faculty and staff and dignitaries and, of course, the students and members of the community. I say a deep, deep thank you. We come here this morning united in ceremony and pomp and circumstances, but also united in a deep and abiding love for Flagler College. And on this day, I have an absolutely profound sense of gratitude and humility. In response, I just want to start by thanking God for the many blessings in my life and for the many blessings that He's given Flagler College. Of the many family and friends I hope to thank, and I apologize as I will undoubtedly omit someone. Someone is missing very special to me, at least physically. That person is my father, Jim Joyner. My father passed away almost 5 years ago, and he is without question, my inspiration for pursuing educational leadership. My dad was my high school principal. Think about that for a minute. But I absolutely fell in love with the ringing of the bells and what he did. And I just so much wanted to be like my dad. I did. And today I know that he is very, very proud of me. I know he is. Those last few days before he passed away, he told me he was proud of me. And such simple words from a dad. But it meant so much to me that I've made it part of my task to tell all of the students and faculty and staff and everyone I meet how very proud I am of the work that they have done. It meant so much to me. My dad also very astutely and accurately told me that I would not be where I was today without my wife, Susan. And no truer words were ever spoken. When I'm weak, she is strong. When I'm too full of myself, she provides much needed humility. Susan sacrificed for me while I pursued my advanced degrees, prioritizing the growth of our two beautiful, at that time, teenage daughters, all the while serving as a full-time teacher, and remains to this day the absolute finest teacher I've ever seen in my life, and I have seen thousands of fine teachers. After 42 years of marriage, I love her more today than when I first met her when we were 14. Speaking of those teenage girls, Shannon and Megan are now married to fine young men, Ian and Josh, and are mothers with careers of their own, and we're blessed with 4 beautiful grandchildren, Lauren, Drew, Mackenzie, and Scarlett. You have all been the greatest joy in my short life. I also want to express my love and thanks to my mother in the audience, Betty Joyner. My mother supported and defended me in every endeavor. I learned commitment to family by watching her raise 5 children, all 2 years apart, 4 boys of the group. And the most important gift, however, she gave me was a deep, abiding faith in God. And for that, I will thank her most. Thank you to my brothers and sisters, Bob, Mike, Donnie, and my sister Judy for their support and love. A special thank you also to Susan's parents, John and Mimi Shanahan, who are here today, who gave me a boost in graduate school and have constantly offered unwavering love, support, prayers. And to her sister Pam, always the encourager and another great teacher in our family. Many thanks also go to my friends and colleagues who are here from Orange County, who provided me with an excellent foundation for my education and my career. And a very special thank you to the school board of St. Johns County, the members and many friends and colleagues that are here from St. Johns County. You provided an opportunity to someone with very little superintendent experience, and you supported me for the entire 14 years here, through the good and the bad, and mostly good, I would hope. Mayor Shaver, thank you for your kind words, and for the city commissioners, and for embracing our shared community. We look forward with great anticipation to working as partners hand in hand for the betterment of this absolutely wonderful city that we all love. Thank you, President Hitt and President Thrasher, for your kind words, and for taking the time to attend today. I'm keenly aware of the demands of time on the president's schedule. I am now, for sure. And I thank you for being here and for your kind words. The Inauguration Committee has done a fabulous job under the leadership of Laura Stevenson DeMoss and Tracy Upchurch, and they deserve the credit for what has been an absolutely fabulous celebration of Flagler College this week, and I say thank you. And finally, very special thank you to the trustees, the faculty and the staff, the friends and the alumni of Flagler College, and of course the students. You took a chance on someone without a great deal of higher education experience, and I will never forget the opportunity you've given me and the kindness that you've shown me since I've been here. I have no intention of letting you down, and I count the stewardship of Flagler College my highest priority. While I may be an unworthy servant, I possess a great deal of passion and determination, and it is my firm intention to bring continued greatness to this wonderful college. You know, Flagler College, although only a young 50 years old, has experienced a number of significant milestones in its existence. Founded in 1968 as a 4-year women's college, it became co-ed in 1971. But the history of Flagler can never be written without recognizing the incredible impact of Dr. William Proctor. Appointed president in May of 1971, and of course Dr. William Hebert, one of his first administrative hires, who was eventually named president by the Board of Trustees in 2001. They worked tirelessly, along with our recognized founder and longtime chairman of the trustees, Mr. Lawrence Lewis, to literally resurrect this college from the ashes. They were not alone. They worked with the trustees, John D. Bailey Sr., George Octor, J.J. Daniel, Harry Gonzalez, Frank Harold, Dr. Bill McClure, Judge Hal Melton, L.C. Ringhaver, and Frank Upchurch, Jr. You'll recognize many of the names of these families as they continue to serve and support Flagler today. I'd also like to thank some of the first faculty and alumni that are present here today. Dean Bob Carberry, Mr. George Pathy, who's still working, faculty Phyllis Gibbs, Tom Rayner, Enzo Torzelletti, Steve Willard and Robert Hall, and of course some of our first students, David and Janet English, Kathleen Meehan, Lila Sleeper, and of course Vicki Freeman and Bev Carmichael. They all took a chance on an unaccredited small college with few facilities and no amenities, but they stayed. And they became the foundation of Flagler College and of this institution. The first commencement class in 1972 had 35 students. In December of 1973, Flagler College received its first accreditation, and the rest is literally a legacy of growth and accomplishment continuing to this day. Including in that foundation, without the generosity of the Flagler Foundation and the William R. Keenan Jr. Charitable Trust through Frank Keenan and others, the college simply would not have survived. I mention these founders because it's important to remember their commitment during a very, very fragile beginning that would have made lesser men and women give up. They did not. And I mention them because none of us would be here today without their dedication and support. What drew me to Flagler College, quite frankly, were the students. We have an absolutely beautiful building that's a treasure, and we will always be a steward of that. But what's most special about this place is the students. I began to see, after being a trustee for a short period of time, I began to see the incredible passion and potential of these young men and women. They have so much hope in their eyes. They want to change the world for the better. And they're desperately looking for someone to show them the way. The students are why we do what we do at Flagler, and our core values bear that out. Flagler is a teaching institution, and that emphasis on teaching is stated in our values and was another attractor to me to Flagler College. I've always been drawn to the Gallup organization educational mission statement that says, our greatest contribution is to ensure that there's a teacher in every room, every classroom, who cares that every student, every day, learns and grows and feels like a real human being. I came from a long line of teachers. My grandmother taught first grade for 40 years, mostly in the same classroom. My mother was a teacher. My father was a teacher. As I mentioned, my wife is and was a teacher, as were her two sisters. We're both teachers. All three of my brothers were teachers or taught. My sister was a teacher. Both my daughters are teaching or have taught. I could go on and on with cousins and nephews, but I think you get the picture. You know, if someone in my position, the worst thing that could ever happen to an administrator is that you forget what it's like to be a teacher. That is not much. There's not much of a chance of that happening in my family, I can assure you that. We're blessed with an incredible faculty, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. They make teaching and they make our students a priority, and they indeed lead that Gallup mission statement every day. Flagler College will remain a teaching institution, a place where the dynamic of the classroom, the relationship between the students and the professor, will always be integral and preeminent in what we are as a college. Ultimately, it is a Flagler family that distinguishes us and makes everything possible for the students that we serve. Through the network of alumni and dedicated faculty, staff, and committed students, we're able to offer connections, community, and understanding. You know, this week's theme, citizenship in a diverse democracy, could not be more appropriate for our time and place. Achieving our mission as a college will require not just content knowledge, but empathy, intercultural competence, communication, problem-solving skills. Citizenship, in and of itself, is a recognition that we are interdependent, that there are values, systems, and skills that hold us together. Quoting Dr. Martin Luther King's letter from a Birmingham jail, all men are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. And you can never be what you ought to be until I am what I ought to be. Indeed, St. Augustine, our beautiful city, our nation's oldest city, was founded and indeed thrived as a multicultural community, the original shining example of a melting pot and a model for what we should aspire as America, as a nation. Quoting the Association of American Colleges and Universities, our classrooms should be models of democracy in action. The skills students need to form better understanding are very similar to those they need to become engaged citizens in a pluralistic democracy. Written and oral communication, teamwork, inquiry and analysis, intercultural competence, and critical thinking. We should thus seek opportunities to model these skills through discussion and debate, presenting evidence on differing sides of historical and contemporary issues, and encouraging students to draw their own conclusions while engaging deeply with multiple viewpoints. We have done this all week in various activities. Our Reach Out, Raise Up Day of Service, we had over 900 community service hours where our students and faculty and staff went out into the community to serve our local community. Discussions on citizenship and adverse democracy through our alumni panels. The United States nationalization ceremony, one of the most touching experiences that I have ever had in my life, that we held Wednesday, where we had 31 brand new citizens to the United States of America from all over the world. How we demonstrate educational, ethical leadership, citizenship with integrity, in a respectful and inclusive community. They're all essential questions for our time and key value propositions for any college or university. So what about our future? One of the questions I'm most asked is, what is my vision for Flagler College? It's a question that honestly makes me extremely uncomfortable. One would have to be quite arrogant to think that, to assume that they alone have the vision for Flagler College. That being said, I do feel the responsibility for leading the college to its next level of greatness by facilitating that discussion. I've always thought that leadership in and of itself is this concurrent satisfaction and dissatisfaction with the status quo. And I'm a fierce advocate of continuous improvement. I also admittedly possess what hopefully is a absolutely healthy obsession with being the best. So we seek together to answer this question: what does greatness look like at Flagler College? What distinguishes us now, and what will distinguish us in the future? How do we preserve the greatness of the past and the core values that define Flagler College, yet plan and prepare for a future that reflects our mission as a college to foster intellectual, social, and personal transformation in all of our students? We're in the process of involving the entire college community in that discussion. These are fragile times for small private institutions. Consequently, we need a strategic plan to answer that question of greatness and a common vision. While we are planning, however, we must never forget the critical importance of culture and personal relationships in how we treat each other. Peter Drucker said, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." You may have heard that. Meaning, it doesn't matter how good your plan is if you don't operate in an environment of trust and mutual respect. This is a people business that we're in. We must realize that our strength is in our people and in our relationships. How we treat each other is vitally important. By choice and by design, I've spent a significant amount of time meeting with students and visiting classes, and I will tell you, I could not be more optimistic about our future as a college, as a community, and indeed a nation. our students are absolutely fabulous, and I could not be more confident about where we're headed as a nation. What an incredible opportunity we have to impact the world in a positive way, and that's what education does. Hannah Arendt, who was a political theorist, writes, "Education is the point at which we decide whether we love the world enough to assume responsibility for it, and by the same token, save it from that ruin which, except for renewal, except for the coming of the new and the young, would be inevitable. And education, too, is where we decide whether we love our children enough not to expel them from our world and leave them to their own devices, nor to strike from their hands their chance of undertaking something new, unforeseen by us, but to prepare them in advance for the task of renewing a common world." Hannah Arendt was a Jew who escaped Nazi Germany in the Holocaust, and she wrote that in 1954. What an incredible mission we have as educators. There's nothing like it. So why college? Andrew Delbanco postulated three reasons. Some might say, from a pure and materialistic sense, to get a good job, meaning making good money. And certainly we need to prepare students for the world of work, and we will. But just as your job is not the entirety of your existence, preparing for work cannot be the whole of our college experience. Others believe, accurately, as Jefferson stated, that an enlightened citizenry is indispensable for the proper functioning of a republic. To be an ethical citizen in our democracy, we need to be fully informed. Maybe the most important reason, perhaps, is his third one. College opens your eyes and your senses, as well as your mind, to experiences that would otherwise not be available to you. As our speaker, Georgia Nugent, shared in her essay, this is the essence of a liberal education, not liberal in a political or partisan sense, but rather artis liberalis, from the Latin for liberal arts, which is translated best as skills for living fully and freely. And to live fully and freely, we need to be educated in all things. Flagler College espouses a beautiful blend of the liberal arts and pre-professional majors, and we hope to expand on this path as we further develop our strategic plan. Finally, my personal leadership philosophy centers around the work of Dr. Robert Greenleaf and servant leadership. Servant leadership describes the philosophy that emphasizes the importance of serving others first and leading others to become servants themselves. Greenleaf espouses the characteristics I believe are critical for any leader in any successful organization. And all of us are leaders in some form or fashion. Those skills include, and they're very different from your typical leadership skills. Number one, listening. Imagine if we as leaders listened more to others. Empathy, a second characteristic. Experiencing the feelings of others. Healing. Seeking out those who are hurting and doing something about it. Awareness, particularly self-awareness. And what is our impact on others and how we act and what we do and say. Persuasion rather than coercion. Conceptualization, having a vision. Foresight, the ability to look ahead in the future and see the impact of what we're doing. Stewardship, and we certainly are stewards of this wonderful institution. And finally, commitment to the growth of people and commitment to the building of our fine community. In order to work toward the attainment of these characteristics of a servant leader, I've developed 5 essential skills I think all leaders must have, and I think can and will and should define Flagler College. Honesty and integrity. A deep sense of humility. A deep sense of loyalty, not to a person, but to an idea of democracy, an idea of America, an idea of Flagler College. A persistence in pursuing our goals in greatness, and finally, passion. In closing, for Susan and for me, education is passion, and it has been indeed a mission. It's been more than a job. Maintaining an emphasis on students, which is what we intend to do, requires courage in the face of competing agendas. In the end, what's most important is building an organization that has trust as its foundation, and where we are distinguished by our character and our integrity, and our priority is always the students that we serve. Thank you again, and thank you all for an incredible opportunity you have given me. God bless each and every one of you, and thank you.
I'll now call up Ms. Nancy Rutland, a Flagler College graduate and a member of the Board of Trustees, to give the charge to our new president. Nancy.
Thank you. I'm going to read a poem, A Blessing for One Who Holds Power by John O'Donohue. May the gift of leadership awaken in you as a vocation. Keep you mindful of the providence that calls you to serve. As high over the mountains the eagle spreads its wings, may your perspective be larger than the view from the foothills. When the way is flat and dull in times of gray endurance, may your imagination continue to evoke horizon. When thirst burns in times of drought, may you be blessed to find the wells. May you have the wisdom to read time clearly and know when the seeds of change will flourish. In your heart, may there be a sanctuary for the stillness where clarity is born. May your work be infused with passion and creativity and have the wisdom to balance passion and challenge. May your soul find the graciousness to rise above the fester of mediocrities. May your power never become a shell when your heart would silently atrophy. May you welcome your own vulnerability as the ground where healing and truth join. May integrity of your soul be your first idea, the source that will guide and bless your work. Thank you, and congratulations.
We want to thank you for being with us today to celebrate this inauguration. After the ceremony, we're going to assemble on the west lawn of the college for a luncheon, so please come. I'll now call on 3 current Flagler College students, Yasmin Anise, Lauren Kernis, and Rebecca Guerrier, each representing a different faith tradition for our benediction. If you'll please rise.
If you are so inclined, please bow your head for prayer. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Today we celebrate a momentous occasion in Flagler history. We are here to celebrate the growth of Flagler College as we embark on a new chapter with a new leader. When leadership is great, success and growth inevitably follow. In Islam, there is a very important concept of ummah. Ummah simply translates to community. We, as Flagler College, are one ummah, one community, one Flagler family. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ once said that the members of an ummah in their mutual kindness, compassion, and sympathy are just like one body. When one of the limbs suffers, the whole body will feel that pain. It is the responsibility of all of us, not just one person, to take care of each other and our ummah. If we, as a Flagler family, can put aside our differences and come together to build and strengthen our community, then we can help our ummah be the best that it can be. O Allah, we ask you to provide wisdom and guidance to President Joyner as he leads Flagler College. We ask you to help him as he encounters new challenges and leads us to new success. O Allah, we ask you to guide each and every one of us as we play our own role in our ummah. O Allah, we ask you to lead our Flagler College ummah to prosperity and growth, to triumph and solidarity, to unity and intelligence beyond our imagination as we journey through this new chapter. We ask you to strengthen our Flagler College ummah and everyone that is a part of it. Ameen.
This morning I pray that Adonai brings growth to Flagler College. I pray for Dr. Joyner to guide us with integrity, leading our Flagler community with his heart. May those who teach and nourish the student body be blessed with satisfaction, and may we, the students, appreciate their time and their devotion. Adonai, please bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy. I pray that this community that we've made here at Flagler College uses this historic change as an opportunity for reflection and growth. For just as this college is growing and changing, so may we. Our God and God of our ancestors, ruler of the universe, may it be your will, Kain Yehi Ratzon, that we take this message into our hearts. May this community grow in wisdom, health, and knowledge. May we become more tolerant, accepting of those who are different than we, and loving. May this community grow more accountable, responsible, and diligent. May this Flagler community follow in the path that you have intended for us, keeping our values in the forefront of our minds. In the ancient words of my Jewish people, I would like to recite this bracha, this blessing for the community. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'tzorei tzipor. How full of blessing you are, Eternal One, our God, Majesty of the universe, who has consecrated us with your commandments and commanded us to occupy ourselves with the need of our community. Amen.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this community. Thank you for our leadership. Just like a body, every single aspect of this community is vital. The head is our executive board. The feet are our roots and traditions, and the hands extended, that's our students. May we be united in vision. May we be so connected that our differences drive us to greater understand and support one another. I pray for unity. I pray for protection and safety. I pray for good health and strong resilience. Resilience is the ability to stand up, continue on, even when the odds are not in your favor. I pray that no battle or tough circumstance be too great for us to overcome when we are joined. I pray that we support one another. May this community emulate peace, hope, joy, faith, love, openness, diversity, persistence, humility, confidence, honesty, and justice. I pray that we are fearless, and above all, I pray that we love one another. May we be a family here at Flagler College. La union fait la force. Unity makes strength. There is power in unity, in spirit and in truth. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.